What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video, and today we are going to be doing my top 5 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fall baits. Stay tuned. Alright, well, I have 5 baits right here. Actually, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 8 baits. There's 3 of them, it depends. There's early fall, there's late fall. Those are very big differences in each other. So early fall, you're coming in from summer, and those shad are getting ready to spawn. So you're going to see a lot of whites, not very many bluegill colored baits in this. In late fall, the shad just spawned. There's going to be a bunch of bait fish and smaller lures. And earlier, there's going to be a little bit bigger, more lifelike, and towards the end where it's colder, they're going to be a little bit more finesse and slower. So first bait I have is if it wants to come unhooked from the other lure, it's a lipless crankbait or a square bill. Now this is what you're going to fish around rocks or hard cover, and this is grass. Grass, no grass. So if there's grass at the pond I'm going to fish with this one. If there's not, I'll fish with this one. Next is a jig, flipping jig, and a spinner bait. So this is a good example of earlier in the fall versus later in the fall. This is going to be slower. This is faster moving. You're going to fish on both around the same stuff, around cover and wood in the water. This is going to mimic shad really well. And this is going to imitate like a crawl in the bottom. Third is a jerk bait. I have the live target one I fished with in my last video. Link up top somewhere. Or a Senko, because both of these are going to be, you can fish this whenever. It looks like a shad that's dying off in the, during the spawn, which fish die off by stress. And this is going to look like, this one specifically looks like a school of fish. But this, if you're going to jerk it, it'll just sit there, which is what fish do when it's colder. This is going to have a little bit of a flutter to it as it goes down to the bottom. Fourth is a swim bait or an underspin. I have this one here because this blade looks like another smaller shad, or it can just bring in fish to this bigger one. But like I said, there's going to be a lot of shad style baits. This is one of them. And last but not least is another shad bait. It's a drop shot. This is a Gary Yamamoto something or another drop shot bait. But this, a drop shot, you can just sit it and just twitch it. It'll just twitch. And that's going to imitate a smaller bait fish or shad that's just born or is weak and dying off. And that's going to be an easy snack for these bass. So in the fall, the bass are going to be pushed up into the back of these creeks with the shad when they're spawning, and that's where you're going to throw all of these baits. Now I'm going to tie up, and I'm going to show you guys how to catch fish on these baits, where to fish them, and I'm going to catch some absolute donkeys. I got a big fish attitude. Let's go. Alright, well, this is Owen editing. I realized that I messed up all my GoPro footage, so there is no GoPro footage of me catching the fish, which I'm pretty sad about, but definitely going to be getting an actual GoPro for Christmas this year. Fingers crossed, I really need one. If not, I can probably buy one with money I get So the pain is only going to be a couple more months, but I'm definitely going to have GoPro footage in my next video. Guys, this fish is freezing. I have no idea why, but I might need to slow down my presentations a little bit for these next couple lures to make them work. Let's get the release on this guy.
There he goes. Shoots off where he came from.
Alright guys, well, we just got a 5-pounder on the drop shot, guys. Pretty giant fish. Just kidding, I could probably eat him in one bite. We're gonna let this guy go. He needs a reality check about what he's eating. I'm gonna go home and I'll complete this challenge at a different pond. See you guys later.
There he goes.
Alright, it is now Saturday. The high yesterday was like 70 something, I believe. And now it is 50 degrees outside, so it got really cold really quick. And cold fronts are not good for bass fishing, if you know anything about that. They can shut down their feeding habits, everything. But I'm gonna go to a different pond than when I was at whenever I filmed the last bit, like Wednesday or Thursday. We have the jig left. I'm gonna do a lipless crankbait instead of square bill because there's grass and jerk bait. So it's gonna be hard because these fish, once it's cold, they're gonna move down to where it's deepest. And where it's deepest, it's covered by grass, so I can't really get down there as well. But I'm up for a challenge. If that doesn't work out, then we'll just move to a different pond. Catch you guys. Guys, look at this fish. His lateral lines are all over the place. That's kind of cool. He was barely hooked, but the one thing that I definitely a tip for you guys is if they're not hitting a bait, it doesn't mean that they're not going to eat it. I started yo-yoing this bait, and as soon as I did, he destroyed it. So I know that the fish are biting, and I know, holy, you guys can't see me. I know that the fish are biting, and I know that they're out there. You just have to change it up sometimes. So let's get a release on this guy.
Appreciate him biting. It's probably about a pound. Not too bad of a fish for the circumstances. There he goes. Sweet.
Another tip for you guys is you guys see how steep this bank is? That goes into the water. It doesn't just stop at the water. See, over there it's more gradual, and so is it in the water. Over here it's steeper, and it's steeper into the water. This drop off, this side's warmer because it's deeper than that side. So the fish are more likely going to be over here. That's where you're going to want to fish rather than a shallower part over there. That's why I was surprised when I saw that there was fish up on that bank over there. All bluegill fry. I don't think you can see because of the glare, but like over there in the water, there's millions. There's a ton over there, a ton here. So this is what we're trying to imitate in these ponds, because in a lake it's going to be shad. In ponds it's going to be starting to be bluegill. Those fry are going to be starting to get a little bit bigger and bigger. So we're going to try and target those bass that are up trying to eat these bluegill. Alright, well, I know you can't see me because of the sun, but I'm going to go right across the street where the pond is skinnier there, which means that the fish are going to be more concentrated and I don't have to try and chuck really light 1/8 ounce jigs into the middle to try and catch them at the deepest spot. So, I don't know, I'm not even going to cut the GoPro, but we're going. Alright guys, well this pond was kind of a bust. I just couldn't figure out where those big fish were at. I found the small bass, but they don't really do you any good. So I got about a 2-mile bike ride to my next spot. And if that doesn't work, I'm going to be taking a fat L on this kind of challenge, I guess. Stay tuned. Alright guys, well, I'm definitely going to have to take an L on this challenge. The cold front was just too much for these fish. It went from like averaging 75, 80 degrees to overnight last night. It got to 43. So, you know, humans react differently in that weather. So fish who are more sensitive than us are definitely going to react to it, and I just couldn't get, I mean, I picked the wrong jig by all means. I mean, an 1/8 ounce finesse jig, trying to cast to the deepest water in the pond isn't really going to work too well for me. And I think a square bill or a jerkbait or anything that's moving really fast, like any type of crankbait, was definitely too fast for these fish because they were really lethargic because of this cold front. But I challenge you guys to go take 5 of your favorite baits in any season and try and catch fish on them. So I'm your host, Owen. Catch you guys on the next one. See ya.